Hello everyone. Today we'll be discussing an important article which is titled Reclaiming SARC from the Ashes of 2020. This article was published in The Hindu newspaper on 13th of January. It's a very beautiful article written by Suhasini Heather. Suhasini Heather regularly writes on conflict and foreign policy issues with a deep focus especially on the Indian subcontinent. So before we read the article, we need to know about SARC, a little bit about SARC. The SARC, South Asian Association of Regional Cooperation, the group was established in 1985 in Dhaka, in Bangladesh. It has 8 member countries, namely Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Maldives, Nepal, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka. Both India and Pakistan are a member of this group. A little more detail about SARC. It consists of around 21% of the world population. The 21% of the world population is a part of SARC and 3% of the geographical area of the world. Also, as it was established in 1985, it has almost been 36 years of its establishment. But as we see, gradually the importance of SARC has been decreasing over the years. And as of now, if we see, presently SARC is almost inactive. आज की डेट में अगर SARC को देखा जाए तो it is inactive, and as the title says, we need to reclaim SARC. We need to revive SARC. So we'll be going through this article now. Just a second. Okay. So the first line of the article says that 36 years, as I told you, 36 years of the establishment of SARC have taken place. लेकिन इसकी importance is decreasing gradually over the years, and presently it is heavily inactive. So if we see, what were the reasons in the past? One reason can be the terrorism which is propagated by Pakistan. That can be one heavy reason that has made India become less interactive and less participative in the group. Not just this, just a second. Apart from this, another reason can be the growing discontent among the nations. The group has been highly suspended, and the last time it met was, I guess, 6 years back. So if we talk about the impact of the weakening of SARC, India and Pakistan issues, the bilateral issues between India and Pakistan, both India and Pakistan are a major reason that the group has been inactive. But what is India's stand on not attending SARC? The last time PM Modi on December 8, which was the SARC Charter Day, SARC Charter Day, the Prime Minister Modi made it clear that India's position on cross-border terrorism from Pakistan was the reason that led India to refuse to attend the SARC meet in 2016 in Islamabad. So the bilateral issues between India and Pakistan are majorly responsible for creating discontent and inactiveness in the regional grouping. Now coming to the article, just a second. Over the past year, India and Pakistan issues have impacted, as we saw. The events in 2020, particularly the coronavirus pandemic and the China's aggression on LAC, this has shown that India needs to work together with other countries in dealing with the problems across the world. India needs to move ahead from the problems that are occurring with Pakistan, and then there needs to be a heavy focus towards other issues which need to be solved bilaterally, but more importantly, multilaterally. Now we see that although India was heavily hesitant in dealing with Pakistan in the SARC grouping, but although there were also incursions by China in the Galwan and Ladakh, India did not decline to attend the meetings with the Chinese leadership at SCO. तो ऐसा क्या था कि पाकिस्तान के साथ हम डील नहीं कर पा रहे थे सार्क में. We were avoiding it, but even though there were incursions in Ladakh and in the Galwan Valley in 2020, India did not decline the SCO attending the SCO meeting. So it simply means that we need to engage more with the countries, specifically with Pakistan. Avoiding the meetings, avoiding the regional groupings won't help India in the long run. Now, the second cause in the pandemic caused challenges. Reviving SARC is crucial to countering the common challenges brought about by the pandemic. As I explained earlier, India cannot alone fight the problems that the country is facing. हमको सबको साथ में bilaterally, multilaterally, as a regional grouping हमको आगे बढ़ना है. Now coming to the next point, a time for regional initiatives. As I said, there needs to be regional initiatives that take place. हम लोगों को साथ में आगे बढ़ना है. It would be important to note therefore that the world is divided between regional trade agreements. अगर हम देखते हैं तो कितने सारे regional trade agreements हैं. Example, we have USMCA, which is United States, Mexico and Canada agreement. Apart from that, we also have EU. We also have African Continental Free Trade Agreement, we have the GCC, we have the RCEP. But अगर हम देखें तो इंडिया का regional grouping में contribution जो है is very less. There's just one grouping which is the South Asian Free Trade Agreement जिसका हम part हैं. We recently denied joining the RCEP. So it is a time for India to be a part of the regional initiatives. हमको regional initiatives का part बन के अपनी problems का solution निकालना है. If you look at China, China has been heavily trying to involve itself across the world, including the South Asian region. It was from 2005 to 14 that China actually wanted to join SARC. China हर तरीके से यहाँ पे involve होना चाहता था. But it was India and the other countries that stopped China from entering into SARC and avoided its upgradation to a member status. But China, even though could not join the SARC countries, what was important is the fact that उसने अपना contribution, involvement across the world and specifically in the South Asian region heavily increase किया. If you look at the pandemic, the months during the pandemic, उसमें भी चाइना ने अपने आप को हर तरीके से आगे रखने की कोशिश की. Although the pandemic started from China, but we see what China is presently doing is the Health Silk Road Initiative. China has been constantly sending medicines, personal protective equipment kits, and vaccines to most SARC countries. It is this way जिससे चाइना अपने आप को कंट्रीज के साथ कॉन्स्टेंटली एंगेज करके रखता है. It is because of this that China has been able to enter a lot of multilateral groupings, which India should also learn. हम पाकिस्तान के साथ अवॉइड करके सिर्फ सार्क की इम्पोर्टेंस रिड्यूस कर रहे हैं. वी आर कॉन्स्टेंटली डिक्रीजिंग द इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ सार्क, which at present should not be done because the world is growing multilaterally. Now, if you look at the conclusion part, the article by Suhasini Heather says that India's steps should be more bilateral. So if we look regarding the way forward, what way forward can be seen is that we need to engage more with Pakistan. जैसे Chinese incursions in Ladakh did not stop India to attend the SCO summit, the Russia-India-China trilateral grouping and the G20. Therefore, we must also try to focus more on SARC, talk with Pakistan, engage with Pakistan, which is very crucial for the revival of SARC. SARC ka revival is only possible when these countries, specifically India and Pakistan, focus on their engagement. Just a second. Next, another thing that can be seen is the application of the Gujarat Doctrine. For those who don't know about the Gujarat Doctrine, it was propounded by the 12th Prime Minister of India, I.K. Gujral. As per the Gujarat Doctrine, it is a set of 5 principles. It has 5 principles. These 5 principles are basically responsible for the conduct of foreign policy, for foreign relations with India's immediate neighbors. It is in context with India's immediate neighbors like Nepal and Bangladesh. इंडिया के इमीडिएट नेबरिंग कंट्री से डील करने के लिए ये 5 प्रिंसिपल्स जो आई के गुजराल हु वाज द 12th प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफ द कंट्री जो दिया गया था, दैट वाज द गुजराल डॉक्ट्रिन. It includes certain principles like do not ask for reciprocity from the neighboring countries. India should help the neighboring countries and should not expect any reciprocity. Also, we must try to settle disputes bilaterally through negotiations. हमें अपने issues, for example, the India-Pakistan issue, हमको इसे bilaterally deal करना है through negotiations. So this is one thing, the Gujarat Doctrine, which is very important. And the application of Gujarat Doctrine can also play a role in the revival of SARC. Apart from this, we can see that the regional development can play an important role because India, being the biggest economy in South Asia, can carry out infrastructure projects. हम अगर infrastructure हम अपने neighboring countries को help करेंगे in the infrastructure projects, in increasing their capacity building, in improving their connectivity. So these things can also act, the regional development as a whole can also act in revival of SARC, and India can play a really crucial role in it. So as a conclusion, it can be said that India must find its prism to view its South Asian neighborhood for having a shared future. And it is only when all these countries in the neighborhood work together that we can reclaim SARC and we can help in solving the problems in the South Asian region. I hope you find the explanation easy and the article interesting. This is all for today. Thank you.